And that's what's left of that rotation we've been tracking, and that's going to go up across the far west and far northwest side of Evansville up toward the St. Joseph, Darmstadt, McCutcheonville area here in the next 15 minutes, okay? It looks like certainly the southeast side of Evansville, you're okay. Downtown, probably areas east of Highway 41 and south of Morgan Avenue are okay. It's primarily those areas northwest of downtown Evansville that we'll have to watch out for this storm, but at least it has shown a weakening trend there. We're going to keep that tornado warning going just in case. But we're going to keep an eye on that. Matter of fact, if we can go over to our Skycam in downtown Evansville, we can go ahead and point this.
First Avenue and Diamond.
Okay. Okay, we getting reports of First Avenue and Diamond, some wind there. So this is our Skycam out of downtown Evansville, swinging it to the north here, and you can see the low-hanging clouds. This is the storm that we're tracking, and we're watching the base of these clouds here for any signs of a funnel. Now we're on the north side here, so it would be in that area up toward First Avenue. We've got just unconfirmed reports of some strong winds up in that area. As we scan the base of these clouds, though, we're not seeing anything that would indicate a tornado on the ground. And our first warning Doppler system is also indicating that this storm has weakened a little bit, but it still could produce damaging straight line winds as it moves across the far west and far north sides of Evansville here, up towards St. Joseph, Darmstadt, and McCutcheonville within the next 15 minutes. But the dangerous situation is down in Hopkins County, Kentucky. I can't emphasize that enough. Dawson Springs is under the gun right now for a possible tornado. Hamilton County, we've got a tornado warning there right now. Hamilton County, a tornado warning in effect. That's for the squall line that is coming in from the west. So we've got Hamilton County under a tornado warning. And that's with the squall line that is now east of I-57, okay? All right, so we've got three situations we're working with here. The most dangerous is southwestern Hopkins County in Kentucky. What appears to be a tornado in the Dawson Springs area heading northeast toward Madisonville. We've got the tornado warning still up for Vanderburgh County, but the good news there is that it appears that storm is weakening. Still the potential for some damaging wind, but hopefully the tornado potential for the north and west side of Evansville has diminished some. And then we've got a tornado warning for Hamilton County in Illinois with the squall line coming in from the west. We're seeing some spin up on this line here, and there's a tornado threat and damaging straight line wind threat there in Hamilton County. That would be up here near McLeansboro. All right, that is the situation right now as far as all the warnings go. We're working three of them here, folks. We do have unfortunate reports of significant damage up north of U.S. Highway 50 in Davies and Martin counties. That storm is now out of our viewing area. But a storm that looks similar to the one that produced the damage is down near Dawson Springs right now. And Posey County is now canceled. The warning for Posey County has been canceled. The tornado warning for Vanderburgh County is going to go until 3:45. 56-mile-per-hour wind gusts were reported in West Franklin and Vanderburgh County by the EMA, and 40-mile-per-hour gusts reported in downtown Evansville. So that's the outflow, apparently, from these severe storms that are now moving just north and west of Evansville. And we'll have to keep an eye on this other storm that's developing over here near Mount Vernon, but the one that's prompted the warning here is now up into, moving into northern Vanderburgh County. Okay, we still have some weak shear up here on the north side of Evansville. There it is. You can see it up there between Casson and St. Joseph to the north, and it would be places up toward Highland, maybe Stringtown up toward Hillsdale and Darmstadt, where you got the potential for some damaging 50 to 70 mile per hour winds. Hopefully not a tornado, but at least wind that's strong enough to knock some trees down on the tail end of that storm, which is now moving through your area. Down here in Hopkins County, again, a dangerous situation here. It looks like if we've got a tornado, it has moved out of the Dawson Springs area. You can see the couplet pretty pronounced there. And it is now moving next toward, I'm going to go update the track here, and then we're going to go over to Stacey here in a moment for a Viper update. But there's the low-level lock north of Dawson Springs now. It looks like if we had a tornado, it passed through the north and west side of Dawson Springs, headed toward Fiddlebow, Richland, Oriole, Hecla, Pee Wee, Brentwood, Dozier Heights, Victoria, and Grapevine, including the city of Madisonville. And unfortunately, it is headed toward the city of Madisonville. I don't think you're going to escape this one, unfortunately. But it is moving in your direction, and it's going to be in the Madisonville area by about 3:40. Stacey, let's check out the situation as far as Viper is concerned.
Yeah, I'm tracking certainly that potential tornado down there in Hopkins County on our first warning Viper system. And what I'm showing you right here is where Viper is detecting the severest part of this storm, and it's exactly where Wayne has been picking it up as well. You can see pushing now kind of just off and through to the northeast of the Dawson Springs area. We're picking up probably the most low-level shear that I've seen with these storms here on Viper this afternoon, even a couple of low-level tornado tracker rings. And again, this is pushing off to the northeast, so the storm track from Viper takes it into places like Richland at 324, Oriole 326, Westside Heights, Hecla at 328, also Earlington, PV, and Morton's Gap, all at about 328. Now, another thing I can show you here with our first warning Viper system is something we call a future scan. And what this is going to do is start you off where it is right now and kind of take you through the next several minutes here, actually showing you what the radar could look like. So this is where we are now. As we head through time, you can see that's going, as Wayne's been saying, move right across the city of Madisonville as we get a few minutes after 3:30, and then continue to push up to the northeast through northeastern Hopkins County. And I want to pull back here and kind of show you where it possibly could go after that. If it keeps on this same track, probably going to move up into at least southern portions of McLean County. And again, if it continues to hold together, let me pull back a little bit more for you and pan down a little bit. This is still kind of in the future where we're seeing this storm. It'll push up maybe into portions of southern Davis County and potentially northern Ohio County. That's a little in the future, and of course we'll continue to watch that. But again, that's our future scan with first warning Viper, kind of showing you just how this potential tornado is going to move, Wayne.
All right, thanks very much, Stacey. Yeah, we can't emphasize enough the threat down here in Hopkins County. This really looks like a significant tornado from a radar standpoint, and it is headed toward Madisonville, and it's going to be there in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Severe thunderstorm warning for Saline County now. Severe thunderstorm warning for Saline County. All right, but Madisonville, you really need to be getting to your tornado safe areas and all points between Dawson Springs and Madisonville. Our best estimate now is that it's north of the Western Kentucky Parkway, southeast of Beulah, and to the southwest of Earlington here. You can see the couplet, a very pronounced couplet. Remember earlier, I was showing you rotation that was much broader. We had blues here and reds out here. These are locked in side by side, pixel next to pixel. And that indicates a tightly wound, rotating part of the storm. And unfortunately, at the low levels, that means a tornado, folks. And that's what we got here. And this looks like a significant tornado. No confirmation yet from ground level, but certainly from a radar standpoint, this really looks like the real deal. And out ahead of it, you're going to get intense cloud-to-ground lightning. Okay, there's no doubt about that. But it's when that lightning begins to let up, that's the most dangerous part of the storm. That's the one you've got to watch out for. You'll notice right now, in the Madisonville area, you're getting a lot of lightning, some heavy rain. That lightning, it gets even more intense west of Earlington, and then just as you break out of all that frequent lightning, you've got the tornado. Okay, so when you hear that lightning let up, that's when you've got to be bearing down and just holding on, and we'll get through this. If you're in your tornado safe area, this is a good time to have your battery operated radio. Our first warning radio network is up and activated. As a matter of fact, we are now also being broadcast on 105.3 FM oldies, 99.5 WKDQ, 92.5 WBKR, and WRAY 98.1 FM out of Princeton. You want to have your battery-operated radio in your tornado safe shelter in case you lose power. and then you'll be good to go with the latest information here. But the big threat continues to be here in Hopkins County. Vanderburgh County, we still have the potential for some strong winds, but here's the first report of damage in Dawson Springs. A barn destroyed in Dawson Springs. 100-mile-per-hour winds in Charleston there, north of Dawson Springs. So this is confirming what we're seeing on radar. Nobody is confirming the fact that it's a tornado, but we're getting damage reports, including a barn destroyed in Dawson Springs. That part of the storm is now moving toward Madisonville. You have 5 to 10 minutes in Madisonville to get to a safe location. Hamilton County, Illinois, you're also under a tornado warning. Illinois State Police reporting a funnel cloud near Unity, moving northeast at 60 toward Broughton, Dahlgren, and Belle Prairie City. Okay, so we're working several tornado warnings right now. Vanderburgh County technically goes until 3:45, but honestly, the situation in Vanderburgh County is much better. I think we're okay in Evansville right now. But that's not to say we won't have to deal with another storm here within the next hour. But the storm that prompted the warning for Evansville has fallen apart, much weaker on the far north side of Vanderburgh County. We're watching another one north of Mount Vernon here, but in Evansville, for the time being at least, you're in the clear as this storm has weakened considerably. And we were very fortunate because that one was showing rotation earlier. But as I was mentioning earlier, that heavy rain and the wind we had in here about 2 this afternoon may have stabilized the atmosphere enough to tame those storms down a bit. If that were only the case for Hopkins County, but it's not. Dangerous situation here approaching the Madisonville area. It's now getting very close to Earlington. We're pinpointing it here. Oh, this is not good, folks. The latest data coming in is showing now what could be a major tornado. We are seeing a wind velocity data here, shear values in the F2 to F3 range. I hate to say this, but it's happening. It's headed to Madisonville, and Madisonville, you need to be in your basement now. I can't emphasize that enough. Lowest floor of your home, get a blanket around you, okay? And when you get that blanket around you, get into the interior of your home, put as many walls between you and this tornado as possible. And when you find that spot, get under something heavy, a big piece of furniture, a mattress. Protect your head from the flying debris. That's what's going to hurt people in tornadoes. Flying debris. Cover your family up, cover yourself up, and protect yourself from what appears to be a major tornado now moving into or approaching the city of Madisonville from the southwest. This is just the worst case scenario here, folks, but it's here. And we're just going to have to try to get through this the best we can. We've had the warning out for Madisonville now for 15 minutes. But from what I can tell, we've got a tornado now just to the west of Earlington. Look at that yellow shear. I'll show you the values on this. 104-mile-per-hour winds. This is similar shear to what we were seeing with the F3 last weekend. It's at a slightly higher level, but it's still, we're talking probably F2 or F3 tornado here, heading into the city of Madisonville. And it is on your doorstep now, probably moving into the southwest side. So now is the time that you have to be in your shelter. We're going to walk you through this storm. Stay calm. Just get into that lowest floor of your home. If you're in a mobile home or trailer, hopefully you're already out of there. If you're northeast of Madisonville, you still have time to get out of your mobile home or trailer. But if you're in the southwest side of Madisonville, now is the time to hang on, to hunker down, stay in that tornado-safe area, and just be careful. This is what appears to be a major tornado now, passing just to the northwest of Earlington and headed right into the heart of the city of Madisonville. And there it is. It looks like it's going to move into the downtown area, and I can't tell you that one side or the other is going to be more in danger here. I think we're talking about the heart of the city of Madisonville here. And, this is worst case scenario. We haven't confirmed this on the ground yet, but by golly, what I'm seeing on radar is sure indicating to me that this is the real thing. A barn was destroyed in Dawson Springs, and folks, this is just a worst case scenario here. We were afraid something like this might happen today. There are the frequencies there on your screen for our radio network, but let's just hope and pray that that this is not going to do too much damage, but it doesn't look good. I got to be honest with you here. It's coming into the southwest side of Madisonville. Okay, we have reports of it on the ground now. Is that west of Arlington, Stacey? Matter of fact, why don't you just turn your mic on and let us know. This is just in from a spotter. What do you have, Stacey?
This was actually from a spotter, but also a volunteer firefighter, I believe. He said they have a tornado on the ground. He's not sure how big, but it is on the ground in Arlington and at the intersection of 41 and 2171. And he said it's moving right toward downtown Madisonville.
There it is. New data just came in, and it's now on the west side of Madisonville, moving through the Pee Wee area, Brentwood, Victoria, and it really looks like this is probably going to go, the worst of it maybe on the west side.
Right.
Let me pull back the view here, but you know, northwest side doesn't really matter. If you're in Madisonville, you've got to be in your basement right now. The time lapse will show you that it looks like the worst of the tornado might be west side of Madisonville. West side, but anywhere, certainly in the city or around the city, you've got to be in a safe shelter. This is confirmed now from the ground level. I guess they didn't indicate the size of that tornado.
You couldn't tell, he said, but he said definitely on the ground.
Okay, well there it is, folks. Let's take a look at some of the raw wind velocity data. There's the couplet right there. And that is heading right into the heart of Madisonville here. We're focusing in here on the shear. The yellow would indicate the highest potential for the tornado, but it could be anywhere in this brighter red area from Hecla to the south up to the west side of Madisonville here. And there it is, just the traditional radar display that we always show you here. But just a terrible situation right now in Madisonville. This storm is moving through right now, folks, so just hang on. Just hang on, stay in your safe shelter. You get through this, and just keep yourself protected. Flying debris is the #1 danger here, so protect your head, cover your body, especially your head, as this tornado moves through the area. Let me update the track here for points northeast of Madisonville. Hanson, Vendetta, Poplar Grove, Ashbyburg, Jewel City, Semaway, Rumsey, Calhoun, and Cleopatra. This looks like it's going to go through the heart of McLean County, Davis County, Kentucky. A heads up for you. Right now, it looks like it would pass just to the south and east of Owensboro. That's preliminary. These things could turn, but preliminary outlook for McLean County is the Calhoun area, and for Davis County, southern and eastern portions of the county, especially Utica and points south and east of Owensboro. Let's just hope and pray by then this thing is going to weaken some. But right now, this is a big one. It's in the city of Madisonville, and it's likely doing some damage. And remain in your tornado-safe shelter. We're going to ride this out, and in about another 5 to 10 minutes, hopefully this will be over with. We're getting reports there that they're hearing the roar of the storm. It may be wrapped in rain. But it's just a bad situation there. Back in the Evansville area, we've received word from EVSC that they are sending the students home on the buses, and those are the middle and high school students are now being sent home in Evansville. And that's probably not a bad idea. The main line, which Evansville is going to have to deal with, is about an hour away here. But at least as of right now, the tornado threat has ended in Evansville. Weather spotter reported a tornado near Galatia, so Saline County. We now apparently have a tornado in Saline County right here. We've got a tornado south of Harrisburg. Oh, I'm sorry, that would be in the Galatia area. We're seeing rotation along all parts of this line in Hamilton and Saline counties. So we got tornado warnings now for Hamilton and Saline counties also. We're keeping that information across the bottom of your screen, but we just have to spend time here in Madisonville. This is one of the largest cities in the tri-state, and it is being hit by what appears to be a major F2, F3 tornado right now. So we've got to spend some time there. Hamilton, Saline counties, we've got reports of a tornado on the ground on Harco Road, 4 miles southwest of Galatia in Saline County. We're going to go over there and track that storm in a moment. But this storm in Hopkins County clearly not getting any weaker. The cloud-to-ground lightning is intense, and this storm is now headed next toward the heart of McLean County. Evansville is going to have to deal with this squall line that is producing tornadoes now to our west. So Evansville, you need to prepare the Evansville metro area for potential additional tornado warnings here within the hour, after 4 p.m.